Welcome to Purposely Peaceful. I'm your host, Jessica Rivera, a licensed marriage and family therapist and a quantum hypnosis practitioner. This podcast is where real life meets inner peace. You'll get honest conversations, practical tools, and soulful guidance to help you live with more clarity, calm, and purpose. Welcome back. Have you ever felt like you were meant to do something? That deep pull in your heart guiding you towards something bigger, something more? That's exactly what we're talking about today. It's that little voice in your head, the whisper of your intuition, your heart nudging you forward. Maybe you're also experiencing a little resistance along the way. If it hasn't been easy for you, it might be because there's some inner work involved here. For many of us, the path to lasting inner peace isn't always a smooth and peaceful ride. It can bring up challenges that require healing, and some people naturally just go for it. They don't question it. Like artists, once they start, they just do it. For some, it seems natural to express themselves, but for others, it's like slamming on the brakes. This is when the unhealed parts of us and the limitations we've placed on ourselves come to the surface. And I'd say I'm a mix of the two. I've historically been good at taking action, especially when I felt like I had to for survival. But there are other parts of me when I don't have to act, but my intuition is nudging me. It pushed me to do more, to learn more, and explore more. And every time I followed that nudge, it challenged me. A very common experience for people in hypnosis is that your higher self or your subconscious is always sending you clues in your waking life. Yes, your everyday life, you are getting clues all the time. And I don't know if you know that you're getting them, but they're there and you got to look for your clues. And these clues are there to get your attention, to inspire a new thought, an idea, or direction in your life. And I'll share some of these examples later on. So here's my message to you. If there's something in your heart calling to you, but you just don't have the clarity or the courage to move forward, let me share with you some of the wisdom that I've learned. We all have dreams, whether they're about our lives, careers, or relationships. But life, as we know, is unpredictable. We don't always know how things are going to turn out. Adulting is no joke. It's challenging and full of curveballs. Thanks for spending a little time with me today. I hope something here met you right where you are. This podcast is for inspiration only and not a substitute for therapy. Please reach out to a licensed professional if you need support. I'll catch you on the next one. So we often end up doing what we have to do, while our hopes and dreams get pushed to the sidelines. Before we know it, those dreams become distant ideas, still in our minds, but not quite enough to take action. If you're already in the planning or action stage, that's amazing. But for those of you where it's still just thoughts and ideas, I challenge you to take it to the next level. What's holding you back? What's making it feel slow? If you've been listening to this podcast, you know that part of becoming purposely peaceful involves processing and healing the layers that hold us back. When you're on your path, trying to bring your hopes and dreams to life, you're probably pushing yourself to expand beyond your comfort zone. That growth is unique to you. So what was holding me back? Here are a few of my reasons. Wanting to hide. Being seen feels hard. Asking for attention seems unnatural. I've been shy my entire life. Heck, I feel like I was born anxious. It's been there since I can remember. If something felt off or I felt unsafe, my instinct was to hide and pull back from the world. Hiding felt safe, and wanting to hide kept moving me backwards, and all I wanted to do was to move forward. I also didn't want to lose control by putting myself out there. Someone else would have their own narrative of me. I'm putting my heart into something, and what if I'm misunderstood? What if I say it wrong and it goes sideways? I couldn't control how others would perceive me. Not that I ever could, but we're not usually logical when we're frozen in fear. I felt discouragement that came under the guise of encouragement. Someone that I let get close seemed like the most amazing friend and seemed as if she wanted to help me. I share this only because I have put in the time to heal from that relationship, and I wish her nothing but love and success on her journey. But there were these little cracks that started appearing, where she would discourage my ideas, talk down things that felt special, and would insinuate that I'm not gifted or that I would be better suited doing something else. There was more, but these little intrusions of doubt just highlighted where I was unhealed. I felt confident in my career, but I didn't feel confident speaking and creating my own thing. And since this falling out, I had to challenge myself to face those parts of myself so that I could overcome old limiting beliefs. These are just some of the triggers that stood out to me. There's a lot more that I could share, but let's just focus on what I did about it. And so what did I do? I paid attention. Here's what I did, and maybe it'll help you too. Number 1, sit with the discomfort. It's uncomfortable to do something new and take a risk. But that's part of the growth process. You can't move forward if you can't sit with the discomfort. There's so much that can be revealed when you sit with it. Number 2, trust your intuition. In truth, we can't control anything outside of ourselves. So I chose to trust my intuition. I decided to lead with my heart, and if someone else didn't like it, you know what? That's none of my business. Number 3, protect your dreams. Don't let anyone rain on your parade. Nobody gets to poo-poo on your hopes and dreams. If you reach out to someone because you're excited about something and they bring you down, steer you away from something you're excited about, take note. If they felt so comfortable to crush your hopes and dreams, then those are not the people you want advice from. Being supportive and realistic can coexist. Realistic shouldn't be negative feedback. Being realistic could be questions that expand thoughts or ideas. Set your boundaries. Not everybody gets the privilege of hearing your hopes and dreams. Have you ever played the Shoulda, Coulda, Woulda game? I have, and I can't help but wonder, if I hadn't let someone get in my head or I hadn't talked myself out of it, how much more progress would I have made? What I've learned is that playing that game does nothing but waste energy. Yes, we can learn from our choices, but we don't need to beat ourselves up. Blame is wasted energy. Put your energy into what matters. I tell myself if I was meant to do it sooner, I would have. I needed certain life experiences to get to this point, and that's okay. Who says there's a timeline? No one. This is where divine timing comes in, and life is all about cycles. If something was missed in the first round, trust that it will come back around. What's meant to be will be. So what finally pushed me to take action? That nudge. That persistent feeling that I was supposed to do something wouldn't go away. No amount of therapy, coaching, or journaling made it disappear. And I can be stubborn, so I really did try to ignore it, but it just kept showing up. I had to sit with myself and face the truth. My life's purpose is to live fully, to step out of my comfort zone over and over again and see where it takes me. I have hopes and dreams, but I'm not attached to how they manifest. What I do know is that if I put my heart into something and focus, I'll create a positive ripple effect in my life, and those ripples affect everyone around me. How could I not want to be a part of that? This is how my passion overcame my fear. Yes, it's tough out there, but if I can just be a positive drop in the vast ocean, why not? I once heard that we all have a calling, a little spark that says, hey, I want to do that. That's your clue, your breadcrumb. Follow the trail. And when you do, more clues will appear. Maybe someone will say something that catches your attention. Maybe you'll sign up for something and it was unexpectedly fun and you want to do it again. Or you meet someone who helps you along the way. My clues came in all sorts of ways. Like how all of my undergrad teachers were licensed marriage and family therapists or licensed clinical social workers, which felt like a massive clue. Or how watching a random YouTube video on hypnosis in 2020 sparked my curiosity, leading me to sign up for classes. And I know we all crave validation. It's nice to have, but instead of asking others for validation, ask the universe for a sign. Your clue might come in many forms. It's how you feel it when it happens. Did it excite you? Did it make you curious? Did you love it? Those are your clues. Personally, I've had countless micro moments that led me here. I tried to suppress my intuition for years, but all it did was bring me more anxiety. And all I truly want is inner peace with a life fully lived. If you feel called to do something, don't just hope and pray. Take action toward manifesting it. If you ever think, oh, someone's already doing it, they're amazing at it, I can never do that. I'm going to challenge you because not everyone will see you in that role, in that project, or that career, or in my case, not everyone's going to hear my podcast. Only certain people will resonate with your message, and it's meant for them because the biggest truth of all is that you never know who might need to hear it. You don't have to be a professional to share your thoughts or try something new. Some people admire the brave, courageous souls who step outside of their comfort zones. I had all the training and education, but for a long time, I didn't think it was enough. It wasn't that I lacked knowledge, it was that I didn't know who I was yet. It wasn't until December 2024 when I shared in my mastermind group that I was going to start a podcast. That's when things shifted. And I'm someone that keeps my word. When I say I'm going to do something, I do it. Yes, I'll have moments where I wonder, what if I hadn't talked myself out of it? But the truth is, I wasn't ready. I was still working through my fears, resistance, and self-doubt. But it wasn't until I reached a certain point in my healing journey that my resistance faded away. Wanting to be of service became greater than my fear. Inner peace is my foundation. It's changed my life, my perceptions, my relationships. I want my children to live extraordinary lives. And in doing so, I've realized maybe an extraordinary life is exactly what I deserve too. Remember, the nudge in your heart isn't there by accident. It's there for a reason. So take the first step. Trust the process. And watch as the universe provides the breadcrumbs you need all along the way. Because why not? Until next time, keep following your heart because the life you're meant to live is waiting for you. So get out there. Thanks for spending a little time with me today. I hope something here met you right where you are. This podcast is for inspiration only and not a substitute for therapy. I'll catch you on the next one.